What's
Me and Matt were
up,
like,
YouTube?
wow. Oh, I didn't mean to.
How's it going, guys?
Sup?
We're still getting the show ready.
So.
We're pretty much there.
Jeff, stop.
Don't
Watch your language this week, all right? There's children who watch this.
Yeah,
By children, I mean me.
It's DJ.
DJ.
I have to watch
DJ's
this.
virgin ears.
Yeah. Oh no! I can't listen. Oh, shut up. Anyway, all right. So let's see. I got the intro thing. I got.
We should talk a little bit about yesterday's race. Not much to say, but it was a really good race.
It was
We can
garbage.
talk, I'll add that in the race review.
Because you lost?
Yep.
It's garbage. No RFK cars.
Okay, so we'll go into race review.
No RFK,
we'll talk
no
about
good.
the race, Xfinity. We'll bring
Matt
up Ryan
loses
Priest.
his,
We'll talk about the silly season, red
This guy
flags for
keeps
the
showing
lights being out,
Some guy in a
Tyler
Dale
Reddick
Jr.
stopping in the
silver
middle of the
shirt.
track,
I don't know who he is.
and then we'll go into Kuzman and friends question, and then go from there.
Matt loses and then
Where are they at
instantly
next
cuts
week?
to Oliver Anthony music.
Kansas. Best race
I will
of the
say,
year.
anybody watching on YouTube, if you're watching, submit a Kuzman question. We'll answer
Kuzma
it.
forgot this week.
No, he didn't. He sent it.
Yeah,
But
didn't we
it'd
see
be
it?
fun to do multiple.
I'll give you a question.
Oh yeah.
Stop. You're not funny, Matt.
No one thinks
You don't know the question yet.
I don't want to know.
That's what you think. All right, let me go ahead and get set up here.
It's about Jeff. I got so many questions for Jeff.
I just want to know what the question is.
I'll
I'll
tell
you later.
Okay, got that going. It doesn't fit. That's what.
I bet you Oreo has a
Shut
question for
up.
DJ.
All right, there we go. All right, I'm ready. You guys ready?
I'm afraid to ask Oreo to submit a question. That's the one we're going to put behind a paywall.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about
This is
that.
the shit posting podcast. Oreo's question and friends.
Bro, your desktop,
It's
Stop,
toxic. It's
DJ.
toxic.
What?
go back to your desktop.
What? How many icons I have?
Bro,
Let me see this.
there's like 75 icons
It's
on
not
your
that
screen.
bad. Hold on, I got.
I gotta
just
see this.
search
Dude,
for
I
some of
just
them?
had my Windows set up too, and he's like, "Oh, I want you to minimize this so you
Is
can
my
look at your
name there?
desktop
Am I
make
right,
fun of
bro?
you."
Hit the
Right where
minimize
my name
button,
is.
bro.
Dude, I have like so
People
many.
see me with my name.
Bro.
It's not that bad.
It's bad.
Okay, first off, these are all from
It's
you.
gross because it's all on one half. Who
What's-
does that?
That's how it sorts. Honestly, look. These are all you.
Dude,
Okay,
it's gross.
Ross Chastain, Ross Chastain, Ross Chastain, Ross Chastain, Ross Chastain,
Bro,
Ross Chastain.
okay, you create a folder called Ross Chastain. You
I
don't
need
leave
to-
a bunch of
Ross
random
Chastain.
images all over your
Do
desktop.
they need to be on your desktop?
Actually, yeah,
Why?
I reference them all the time.
And this is my
For
photo
what?
of
You
Ross
think that's
Chastain.
bad? You should see my downloads folder.
Oh god, I don't want to see that.
That's what the search
Hey,
bar is for.
hey,
I don't
no.
want to see that.
I don't
or
want
your
this to
search
pop up on
history.
YouTube. Don't be showing your live stream or your download folder.
Yeah, Kuzman, the graphics, the budget went up. No, it was called I had some free time this week.
It was a long race.
Yeah. All right.
Every 500-mile race, you might get something new.
Yeah, right. All right, let's go ahead. Let me get this queued up, and then we'll go ahead.
We
and,
should start giving Kuzman questions.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That should be fun.
reversal.
You think of one.
I already got one. What's his favorite type of beer? Mine is obviously Miller Lite. High Life.
All right.
That is
Miller
not
High
Miller
Life.
Lite.
Bro, you showed up like such a freaking hardcore fan yesterday for the Xfinity race. Miller High Life shirt, had a whole pack of the beer. I'm like,
No.
dang, bro, what are you like
So
come
I
from a
went-
sponsor
Hold on,
of yours or
before
something?
y'all get going, can we like start the podcast?
No,
I
This
guess.
has to be on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So I showed up to watch the Xfinity race over here, and I was wearing a Miller High Life shirt. And I went to the store, our local Publix,
Which is like Kroger for you Northerners.
but it has the best
better. But
subs
better.
Agreed.
in the world. It's a grocery stores where you can get subs. And I got a sub, and I was like, man, I need some drinks. And I was looking at my shirt. I was like, I have a Miller High Life shirt. I can't buy anything other than that. So I go over to the beer aisle. They only have 18 packs. So I was like, well, it's going to be one of those weekends. And I was like, fair game. Which was fair because Joshy came over and he drank like half of them. So he enjoyed it.
Oh, God. Jeez.
We had a great day.
Oh my gosh.
Finishing
we
up
All right,
played-
so now we can
we
start
had round 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh that night.
going back to the Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. Here for the heart of the cards.
Josh was not happy.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're good.
Are you sure?
You have an intro?
Yep.
Okay.
No, we should be good to not.
I don't
do
know,
that.
bro. That's a lot of words. You gonna get that in 10 seconds?
We're gonna find out.
You're gonna sound
See how
like
fast
you're
you
on.
can do it.
Yeah. Like when you listen to your audiobook on
What time
like
are you?
You just need to have,
1.5 speed.
you just need to have DJ over here. And then Jay do it.
Now you guys have made me all
Hey,
nervous
like
about it.
reading all the side effects at the end of a drug commercial.
That's not sped up. That's natural.
I think I'll be okay, but now I'm
No,
like
I
all
think-
nervous about it. Thanks a lot, guys.
This is
Jeff, you all right? What the
Kuzma's
heck,
the only one
bro?
who's gonna know about.
All right, here we
this.
go.
Sorry.
Go.
The first race of the playoffs is in the books, and Young Money locks himself into the round of 12. Multiple playoff drivers are having issues as the heating up postseason begins, and we're here for the speed. What is up, guys? My name is DJ, and I am with Here for the Speed. And yes, just so you know, I did mess up the intro a little bit, but I rolled with it.
It's
I
all
didn't
right.
even notice.
Yeah, I did. I said something different about the whole heating up postseason thing.
Things
But
happen.
it
I
worked.
wasn't listening. I was
Uh,
listening
that's,
to music.
reading
I'm not
it.
gonna lie.
that's pretty normal.
That is
so-
normal.
Yeah, I know.
So really, everything's
Did you do the
normal.
intro?
Can someone actually start making a tally for the amount of times
Oh,
James
not
doesn't listen to
listening.
us? I swear we're at least at 5 this season alone. If
Oh
not
no,
more.
it's much
What?
higher.
like 5
I
times.
think I'm tracking one an episode, bro.
After
It's
It's
this
at
season-
least
pretty consistent.
it's at least one an
I'm
After
just
episode.
this
talking about what I
season-
can remember.
There was the one time we were talking about, what was it, not Scott Dixon. It was one of the
hit
IndyCar
it
drivers
like
come
3
over.
times
I said it
in
like
a
2 or
week.
3
Connor
times.
Daly.
Connor Daly. Yeah, because I even mentioned it to you after, and you're like, man, I didn't even notice. And then he's like, I listened to the podcast, and he's like, I was like, man, no, he didn't say it again. So he's like, I went
totally
back and
missed
listened
it again.
and he had listened to it a third time, and he's like, oh yeah, there it is.
DJ needs to make a at the end of this season just a compilation of each time Jake has not listened. Bro,
What are you doing, bro? That sounds awful.
I could also, no, I'm
For children.
Jeff, it's enough listening to you eat on your freaking Xbox gamer mic. Now we're going to listen to you on the podcast.
When he eats these, make sure to give him a question. The minute he eats all these gummies,
Oh, my
just so he
God.
nom, nom, nom.
This guy.
we're
Just
waiting.
keep an eye.
I'm good.
Well, we're waiting.
Kuzman, to answer your question, I know we did on YouTube already, but for the podcast, yes, we have a new graphic. The budget did not go up because there is no budget. We make no
Budget
money.
is
We're,
still
we're
at
That's
debating.
also, that's also why we cannot get demonetized.
Yeah, we're,
We don't
we're
make any
debating
money.
trying to get demonetized because we make no money, so there's nothing
Yeah.
to lose.
We're trying to get a sponsor here. If Miller could just figure it out. I don't even need a koozie. We'll just put that up there. 'cause
Can
they
you
want
take
Oh
care
my
of your
gosh.
trash, Jeff?
garbage boy?
Stop making so much noise.
I'm the trash man. I
No
eat
one asked.
garbage.
No one is asking Jeff a question.
Just go. I'm not even making any noise. I'm not even making any
Oh,
noise.
jeez. All right, guys. So, I'm joined by.
Damn.
My name's Jake.
I'm just Jeff.
Hello, Matthew is here, local RFK and Brad Keselowski fan. We had a fantastic evening.
I just like to point out I did
Better than Chase
I like
Elliott,
how
that's
Matt
all that
has like
one slight problem I've noticed with our graphic we keep talking about is I expected Jeff to sit next to me and not. So it's Jake is now just Jeff and Jeff is
Yeah, but
Jake.
this is how it's been for a little while now.
I know, but
Wrong.
I'm confused.
I don't want to be just.
I can
Jeff.
fix it. It's not the end of the world.
I feel gross sitting right here.
wow.
Hold on, just grab a bag of chips and you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, give me that thing of pretzels.
Just right into the mic.
Breathe in the mic the whole
Yep.
time.
All right, so let's talk about the reason we're here.
No, we had a fantastic week. We got to talk about our week.
What did we do what did we
We
do?
had a hurricane.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
did.
It was
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of fun.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah, it was
I
very,
mean,
very.
it wasn't. We didn't get.
It was the
much of
worst
one.
hurricane ever. I still had to go to work, bro.
Over-embellished.
I was like, what the heck?
I was
I-
at work too.
I got to stay home. That was great.
I
I'll
stayed
take that
home,
day.
but I had to watch the girls because school was out.
How do you do
Well, that's-
roofs and have to stay home?
Okay, well, you can't tear off a roof when
You can't
it's
do
raining.
anything in the middle of
Repair,
it.
bro.
That's on the next day.
Yeah, it's always the next day.
Everyone calls. They're like, "Hey, by the way, we had a hurricane. My roof's leaking." And we're like,
That's
"All right, we'll
nice.
be there Thursday."
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
no, it was pretty fun.
yeah.
Not gonna lie.
It was like I was joking. I was like, "Oh, cool, we get to have a hurricane party," and then it was not really.
The party was gonna be at your house, so you're lucky.
I know.
You're li-
I would have been there, but I also
I could've showed up.
had
I went
too
to work
much
and didn't do a
18
single
pack of
thing all
Miller.
day.
Huh?
18 pack of Miller. I showed up.
I'm working on a job right now at Universal, building a new hotel, right? and there's no roof on it yet. So we basically worked in the hurricane.
I got a guy if you need a roof.
I think they got to figure it out.
I think they do too.
They might.
I think I'm a little late to that.
No, it's
party.
funny. Everybody's like, we should just go home. We're getting rained on. I'm like, we really should. Let's go home at 12. We just left.
The storm was done by 12.
Pretty much, but
Yeah.
we were soaking wet. Well, I mean, I wasn't. I sat in my trailer the whole time. Sat in my office.
First world construction
I was like,
problems.
y'all look wet. Let's go
You
home.
know, to be honest, I want to know about Jeff's day. How was your day during the hurricane? Because I know what you do.
I went to work and just didn't do a single thing all
You didn't
day.
do any. Did anyone come and get anything?
Like 2 people.
2 vehicles?
Yeah. And I was just like, well, I'm not getting out there to clean them. So
Who showed up at 9 o'clock? He's like, I really need a car right now.
Somebody running from the hurricane.
Probably.
They were running right into it by 9
Going
They were
o'clock.
literally
They're
like-
literally
yeah.
following the track.
yeah, I mean, I spent most of the day before just prepping the whole day. Like I just cleaned detailed extra cars we didn't have to do just in case because I
Yeah.
didn't want to have to get out there and do it during the storm if we
Anyone
had to
call
come to
out?
work. Bro, yeah.
Yeah,
Like out of the 12 people at my branch, literally it was only like 4 of us there.
I bet.
I was
I
the
would've called
only
out.
I was the only dude detailing cars.
I would have been
And
like,
so I
got-
just didn't do anything. I just sat there on
You're going to get fired if somebody
Instagram?
listens to this.
Who?
we
He
just
showed up to work. He can't get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like one of the 4 that actually showed up. But like no, like we didn't do a whole lot. Like I mean, I did a little bit when in between the rain showers and stuff, but not really
Bro, I've
anything.
been there trying to do hurricane prep. That sucks. They're like, unplug all the computers, wrap them in
Oh, we didn't even do
plastic.
that.
Oh, bro, they
We
did
just-
for, what was it, Irma last year?
Yeah, but that
They're
was
like, unplug the computers, wrap them in plastic, make sure all the cords are off the ground, put all the chairs above the ground because a lot of the locations, it's enterprise, but a lot of the locations can flood, and a lot of the locations did last year. So yeah, there was a lot of procedure. It was like 8 a.m. the next day. We were at the branch trying to wrap crap up because they're like, yep, you're not coming in.
yeah. We just prepped the day before.
It's
and
like
just
that on a
was chilling.
construction site because it's all the loose
All the
building
loose ends.
material.
You
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
crazy.
you're not coming in until like an hour before opening. It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Whatever.
we just chilled.
Yeah, this one wasn't bad. Being located in Central Florida really kind of missed us. We mostly just had like 40, 50 mile an hour winds.
gusts. I'd say
Wasn't
at
it?
most.
What was it? The next day, like it was either Friday or whatever. We had more rain and it was heavier rain.
Well, we
that
got
was
hit-
really funny.
And that was
Thunderstorm?
just that was a
As-
thunderstorm.
As Forrest Gump says, we got that big old fat rain.
Yeah.
Got that rain that came sideways.
And the rain they seemed to come straight up from underneath.
What, dude, we did get poured on Friday.
Yeah, it was
Friday
like it was
hit.
the
We
day
got
after
way
or
more
something.
rain on Friday than we did
It was like
Thursday.
2
Yeah.
o'clock to 10 o'clock. Just feeder band, feeder
So-
band, feeder band.
So with the new house, right? Like, so I really need to get gutters because there's this one spot right by the front door.
I know,
Bad
guy.
design where the 2 roof pieces come together and it just shoots off the edge. The entire hurricane, not a problem. The next day or the day after when we had that thunderstorm, yep, I had the waterfall going. It was
Yeah.
super weird. Yeah, just weird how
Dang.
we got less rain in a hurricane than we did with our normal thunderstorm, but that's Florida for you.
We got another one on the way. So
Probably.
I didn't even
So-
know there was a hurricane coming until like 2 days before it.
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's what I said. They're like,
Same
hey,
here.
you know the hurricane's coming tomorrow. We got a storm prep, right?
Like,
I was
what
like,
hurricane?
I was like, what?
I went to like Costco.
I was like,
I
why
was the
hurricane?
same way.
And I was like picking up like chicken, beef, just like the essentials. And the water line was to the front door. I kid you not. There was a line
Oh
of
my gosh.
people
Not
just
surprised.
for like packs of water. And I went and did all my other stuff. And I came back and the line was gone.
It's all the Florida.
So the
So I
good-
went back and I left.
it's all the
Here's-
Florida
here's-
rookies that
here's
have
what's
never
good
gone
about
through one.
working in construction. I always have a pallet of water in my Connex, a freaking ice chest.
Is it good water though?
Not bad.
You got Dasani.
I mean, no, it's not
Ugh.
bad.
Gross.
It's like some off-brand, cheap as dirt.
All
When
right,
you're hot and sweaty, it's good.
Better
All right.
than Dasani.
Let's move on and actually talk about what we're here for.
are we here for?
I don't know, speed.
Speed,
I think.
Wow.
Hey.
Jinx. What is
You
it?
owe me a Coke.
Jinx. No. I tried first. I forgot the rhyme. You can't say half the rhyme. That's not fair.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Isn't it like Jinx joke, you owe me a Coke or something?
I don't know. Everyone I've ever heard tell these stories have told it differently.
What are you talking
According
about?
to according to Bluey, it's totally different.
Oh,
You have to
God,
punch
here we
somebody or something. I don't know.
Oh God.
And then you have
What?
10 seconds.
I don't think punching people is in Bluey.
No, tag. Sorry, not punch. You have 10 seconds to
Isn't that a
catch them.
game called like Doorknob?
Maybe.
Where you gotta,
Yeah,
like,
you
deck
punch
someone?
someone.
You rip one and then you
What
gotta
are
punch
you
them or
guys
go touch a
talking
doorknob
about?
or
Bro,
something.
high school must change a lot after I graduated. Like, what the heck, bro?
Go, Jake.
Okay.
No.
I got my degree. I lost it, but I know where I got it.
You and
All
Josh
right.
play doorknob.
All right, so let's talk about the actual race.
Oh,
Let's start talking about the Xfinity race, just so we can get that one done.
I'm so
I
sorry.
can't
I
keep
just
y'all
can't.
together,
I'm
man.
so sorry. I just can't get
I was gonna
past.
say Knights of the Round Table.
Oh, stop!
I still
That
just.
is something we have to keep.
You go first.
It's really hard with two people.
I just can't get past the fact that Jake was like, man, high school's changed so much since I've graduated. I'm like, bro, you were homeschooled.
No,
bro.
we were involved in a lot of programs. So
Not that.
Listen, programs
no, like a lot of
like
sports.
work release programs or
No,
like
we were homeschooled, but we were involved in a lot of sports and stuff. So we were still pretty involved. But anyways,
okay. Anyway, back to the Xfinity race.
Sorry, I got the cup race on.
I'm so glad we're paying attention, y'all. All right, so what did you guys think of the Xfinity race?
It was garbage. It was the worst race
All
I've
right,
ever
yeah,
seen.
that's what I thought. All
because
right,
Matt lost the fantasy
I
league.
picked Cowboys.
ooh, big mistakey.
I'm bringing it back. When I'm down to 3 now.
Who'd you pick,
I don't
Jake?
know.
Down to 3 points. I
stopped
picked
counting
Denny
your
Hamlin.
picks.
Oh,
That was a good one. I was hoping he would run this one.
It's
so that was
all
good.
because he was able to pick first. I would have picked Denny Hamlin. But
Yeah,
whatever.
probably. I would have.
mean,
I would
yeah.
have.
I mean, it's
I
the
did.
logical choice.
He's only won this race like 100 times.
Yeah. I mean, all in all,
I think he's no, he's got 4 in the Cup, and then I don't know how many Xfinity. Probably about. The
I
same.
think this was his 6th, right?
I gotta tell you.
It was either his 7th or 6th.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I
so.
can't remember if they said if he was going for a 6 or he had already won 6. It's a bunch.
I
either
know
way.
it was his 4th. He's won 4 Cup, right?
Dang, that's wild.
Yeah, because
He's really good here.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, definitely had the Cup Series invasion this week with
Yep.
the Xfinity Series.
And you can see who was running fast tonight.
Yeah, it
Was
really
him
showed.
him and Larson and him were the ones going for the win yesterday.
Yeah, I think it really shows. I thought it was interesting. I don't know if you guys were watching pre-race, and I think it was. I want to say it was Larson. They interviewed him first, and he was like, why are you running this? Why are you doing this and stuff like. He's like, yeah, just come in, get reps, kind of get ready for tomorrow, and it's always a good experience and a lot of fun and stuff like that. And so then they immediately go from him to Hamlin, and Hamlin's like, no, you can't take anything. You can't take anything from this race
That's
into
hilarious.
tomorrow. And it was literally like the two of them were saying completely opposite, but it was just, he's just, all right, Hamlin's just, I just wanted to run it. Just thought it would be fun.
That's interesting.
But it was funny because literally they're the two best
I mean,
ones and totally different.
I think I'd probably side with Kyle Larson on this because
I
of
think
how
so.
much extracurricular racing he does. You know what I mean? I mean, compared to a dirt car versus something else, there probably is a lot of similarities.
yeah.
you know?
Well, if you look at Kyle Busch has said multiple times, that's why he likes running multiple different series. Get more reps on the track, stay more fresh.
Yep.
I think that definitely helps.
Can
to
y'all
it.
quit playing footsies over there?
No.
Jeez.
God dang, bro.
Sorry, man.
Matt, you're something else tonight.
I was too quiet last week.
No, I
I
think
gotta bring it back.
Oh gosh.
You get double me tonight.
I think a lot like today. Stage 1 and 2 was pretty straightforward, and then stage 3 got really, really racy.
Yeah.
A lot of hard racing. You saw a lot of guys making mistakes.
I
getting up in
was
the fence and stuff like
I was
that.
very
It's pretty good.
surprised how aggressive they were on restarts. Just in general.
Yesterday?
Yesterday and
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
But today specifically, but yeah, yesterday
Yeah,
even,
today was
like,
crazy.
Can we just talk about like Sheldon Creed getting used up yet again? For
That
another race?
guy's due a win, man.
That
Yeah.
guy should have had probably 5 wins this year, if not 4.
I give him 3.
I was gonna
he
say
probably should
three,
get 3.
a
Some of his
solid
own
3.
mistake, and then
I'll
some
give it to
getting
him.
used
I'll
up.
give it
You
to
know?
him. Yeah, 3 to 4. But like, man, he just gets used up.
You just can't catch a break.
Just bad luck. I mean,
That
you
car's
just have
fast
to
too,
chalk it
bro.
up to bad luck. Because their team, their organization, they do really good, and he just can't seem to get those higher finishes.
Yeah,
when he
I don't
needs.
know that there's really anything they can do about it either, right? Like it
It's
just
just luck,
seems to
man.
just
It's
be the luck of the draw.
I wouldn't say just a lot. I mean, he's still.
Watkins
I feel
Glen,
like
he drove
he's-
into oil.
That's a bad luck. I'll give you that one.
That
for
was
sure.
bad luck, and then I can't name.
He
them
almost
off the
won a
top
couple.
of-
He's almost won a handful of super speedways. He got
Door-
wrecked late or
Yep,
got
just
past last.
hit high. Drove up the wall.
What he lost Daytona by what 6 inches or something like that?
Yeah,
just a handful of inches.
Just
Yeah.
bad luck, man. Like it just sucks for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, no dog in the fight,
I think
but,
he'll
man,
be like
just
one of
tough.
those guys. He'll finally break through, and then he'll start winning a lot. You know, he'll finally get that weight off his shoulders and
Yeah.
start knocking them down.
Yeah, kind of like what happened with Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
in the Cup
Yeah, I mean,
Series.
you see it, you know.
Get that stress of the first win kind of thing out of
Yep.
the way.
Yep.
I think you're right. Yeah, so I mean, Xfinity was really good. It puts on a good show as usual, but I mean, this track I think in general puts on a really good show.
I think just Denny Hamlin walked into it and said, "You're going to see the experience of a Cup driver coming into this sport." You know, because a lot of them, I mean, you had Austin Hill in second, you had John Hunter Nemechek in third, which are arguably 1 and 2,
Yeah,
and it's just Denny Hamlin just put the smack down and said, "Listen, you ain't me.
you ain't me, but you might be
You
taking
ain't
over my.
me.
But you might take over my ride in,
Maybe
in
one
a
of
year or
these
two,
days, but not me."
but not yet. Yeah, so I don't know, Jeff. You think anything, or did you watch it? Anybody?
No,
All right,
I didn't get a
so-
chance to watch it, so
Jeff
Cool.
doesn't watch Truck or
Great
Xfinity.
input.
I do, but
And he wants
I
to
get
be
the
in our
chance.
he wants to be in our private league, Matt.
I didn't say
He doesn't
that.
watch any of the races.
I never said I wanted to
You
be in a
picked
private
probably-
league.
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
picked Denny Hamlin.
I'll
every
be
week.
in your league and I'll purposely not watch it and just see. I'll be the control. I'll be the control of your experiment.
You
no,
know,
it's already hard enough to pick with two people.
bro, I've been like looking back, like, oh my god, one more race until the reset because I'm like out of drivers.
yeah,
I forgot.
was
That's
like,
how you
thank
guys
God
do it.
Denny
Usually-
Hamlin and Larson ran this week because my picks were I'm out of good
I
drivers.
picked them all.
I was probably gonna be
I
like
checked
top.
3 times to make sure I didn't pick Kyle Busch already.
No, I
like-
usually just catch the highlights. I'm usually busy on Fridays and Saturdays a lot of times, so I just kind of
It just
Playing
depends.
Modern
Yeah.
Warfare 2. I know, bro. Tough life.
that was not what
No.
I was doing.
Right now, everyone's playing Starfield or Skyfield or
Skyfield.
however you want to call it. All right, so let's move on to the Cup race. So recapping the Cup race. I don't know about you guys. I don't remember Darlington feeling this long. I feel like it always has been, but I don't know why I just
I
it
do.
did-
This was short.
The first one wasn't a 500
The
though.
first Darlington
Yeah.
I went to,
Oh, was that the one with 17 or 18
the
cautions?
first throwback, and we tied the record or set the record at 17 cautions. It was 5 hours and like 20
I
minutes.
remember because it was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, haven't even finished the second stage.
And I took the 6-hour drive home.
And I remember I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm sorry. I was too tired.
That was a long one.
That
That was
one
a
was-
super long one.
Yeah.
I remember when we went on that family trip up to Tennessee or North Carolina, Tennessee,
Yeah. It was
and we
Tennessee.
stayed in the cabin and we watched that race, and it was the same thing, dude. It was like 4 hours,
Yeah,
45
that was,
minutes. It was super long.
That was actually Kara's wedding. Actually, that would have been, it would have been right about this time because
It was like 2018,
oh, geez, I just saw it in my memories. On Facebook.
19.
They all popped up
18?
today.
17
Maybe?
or 18.
Something like
It was
that.
not
I
19.
don't- Yeah, it wouldn't have been 19.
I don't know.
Me and
It
Megan
wouldn't have
were
been.
married, so.
It was, hold on, 7. No, it was 16 because she got married right before we did, and we got married in March of 17.
All I remember
Okay.
was whitewater rafting and
The snake.
Yes, yes, it was the snake, and we were whitewater rafting, and the crew leader, whoever the tour guide, whatever you want to call him,
Yeah.
on a freaking raft, he was like, "All right, so we're gonna go over this little hump, and we're gonna flip over on purpose." And I looked over to my left, and there was just a snake with his head like,
In the
peeked
water.
out of the rocks. I was like, I ain't going in these damn waters. Like, y'all don't understand. I got one fear. That is a snake. And y'all want to flip over. I was back in
Dude.
that boat. You've never seen me jump
Dude,
so fast.
no, the worst part was Jake and Josh know this. Jake's brother Josh know how terrified Matt is of snakes. And they're
It's
like,
a non-negotiable.
It's not that bad. Come here. And they start paddling over to it. And
No.
Matt's like taking the paddle. He's like, I will knock you out. Like, stop.
Oh, straight up. Like, this is Spartan. Like,
Matt's
just
over here
push
like
'em off.
Matt's over here under his breath, just like it should be illegal for snakes to swim on water.
They should be.
He's like, it makes no sense. They defy
Should be
the
illegal.
laws of physics.
They can swim. They can climb things. They move without arms or legs. Like,
I just
give it wings. It'll fly. I swear.
Probably not. Probably just fly anyway.
Probably fly anyways. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. Their scales do something. I don't know. God, snakes are the worst, bro.
Turns out the aliens are snakes.
I just can't stop thinking about.
You
it's
know
a
what? That's a
snake.
great conspiracy.
It's a slippery
Lizard
little
people.
snake.
Lizard people and snakes are all aliens.
I will never forget. hey,
you, it's the snakes.
I will never forget going and when we went canoeing and we went to go see like they had like a little reptile exhibit and this guy was like
No.
pulling the snake out.
Again, another
Dude,
one.
Matt turns the palest white and just does a 180.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're at Wekiva Park. And we docked, and we're like, oh, let's go hang out at the park for a minute, whatever, and then we'll go turn in the canoes because we've already been canoeing for like 3-4 hours. And we walk up there, and the guy's like, oh, just got here, and has a cobra or something wrapped around his neck. And he's just like, look at this snake. He's some old guy. I was
It was a pine
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It was
This
like
guy.
a freaking pine snake.
Freaking-
He said a cobra.
I mean,
The guy's like, he's like, you want to hold it? Matt's like, nope.
Absolutely
gone.
not, sir. Give me a spider. I'm fine with spiders, bugs, whatever, but
snakes.
they ain't got no legs.
and
No
somehow,
No
somehow we
probes.
made it from
Yes, the-
NASCAR to snakes.
Anyway, let's jump back.
And we are not
Sorry.
here for the snakes.
Yeah, so I think I disagree with you. This Darlington race kind of felt not short, but kind of about right.
I felt
It's
pretty normal.
I think what it is the last few races have been fairly shorter. Or I say fairly shorter, but like shorter-ish races. We were in Daytona, so I don't really count that one. But
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about previous Darlington. Like, no, last year.
no,
felt
because
about
like
the
if
same
you
too.
like at
I see what
Daytona,
you're
we
saying.
were there. But if you go back, we had 2 road courses, like right back
very
to back.
short road course.
very
race
short
races.
and quick. So maybe that's why.
Well, Watkins Glen was under 2 hours, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
it was. If it wasn't for that Chase Elliott problem, it was going to be the
what
shortest
do y'all
one
think
since,
about like a
the
long
70s.
race like this?
I don't mind it, and I think I'm glad that they do it on days and there's holidays.
Yeah,
The next
I
day,
agree.
like the Coke 600 and stuff like that.
I like a handful of them. I don't want a bunch. I don't want them all, but I like a handful of them because
I will
you saw
say-
the equipment start to get tested tonight.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
man.
the thing too I liked is they seem to do it at really good tracks that still have really
Yes,
good racing.
I agree.
You know, you got it in Charlotte, you had it here. Both tracks produce extremely good racing, I think. I felt that the racing in general, there was racing happening all over. The restarts were wild. There was at any point all someone had to do was tap the wall a little bit, and you may have had a 2-second lead gone in a lap. So I mean, it was anybody's game up until basically the last turn. So I think that helped a lot, make it a lot more interesting.
I felt like, I don't know. I felt the race was, for time length, very normal. I just felt like too many cars finished for the 500.
All right, Tony Stewart.
That's
No,
what I
I'm
was just
serious.
thinking.
I'm serious. Like when you're talking about a 500-mile race, you know, with this kind of car, this kind of, I don't know, track where it's really an endurance race, a lot of cars finished. And I mean, that could be, you know, up to the teams and the manufacturers really getting things solid. But I mean, there was maybe only 3 or 4 DNFs. 2 of them were wrecks, and then 2 were just general issues. A lot
We
of
really
cars
just need to
finished.
extend the race. We really just need to extend
I
the
didn't
race.
think there was
and
that
if
many
I don't
cautions.
spend
No, I-
There was
$500,000.
five
I just don't
cars.
think there was that many cautions.
There was basically 5 cars. that were,
I kind of agree with you.
I'm used to seeing about 10
in
for this
comparison to
race.
last year. How many DNFs from mechanical failures?
Exactly. They
I-
really tightened it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of okay with that too. You know, I don't want to see a quarter of the field go out with mechanical issues, but
No, but I like
I like
the-
to see some.
I like the unknown factor. Like last year, Kyle Busch was going to the restart, gonna run the race, and his engine blew up right there
that
at
was
the
wild.
front.
That was real
That
wild.
was pretty wild.
Like holy cow, who was
Kevin
gonna
Harvick
predict
caught
that?
on fire.
Kevin Harvick caught on fire. Exactly.
We should have done donuts.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say
I mean,
that.
that's if it was a red
Should've
flag,
just
I'm sure
drove
it
in
would've.
I
circles.
I don't
think,
know. There's
um,
just certain things like that I felt like I missed, but it was still a really good race.
I think. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Dang.
It's all right. Bring it back.
Are you gonna find it?
She gone.
Okay. So Jeff, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. I mean, like lengthwise, I mean, it's
I
a 500.
remember.
Bro, no.
Every
I was just gonna say, I mean, it's a 500-mile race. I kind of been watching NASCAR, I guess, long enough to know that 500-mile races are still 500 miles, no matter what size the track is. So, I mean, it's I knew it was gonna be a late night, long race, but I thought the racing was good. I felt like even when they got spread out, that there was still something to watch. Like even at the end, like obviously at the end they were all kind of spread out a little bit, but you know, you saw Tyler Reddick kind of gaining a little bit, and then he would lose some, and then gaining a little bit, and he would lose some, and so it kind of keeps it a little bit entertaining, at least to that extent, if you're really watching and paying attention. But
I think
the restarts
what
were
I
good,
like
though.
about that is the racing is super intense for like the 10 laps. And then you kind of have like 15 laps where everybody's just kind of racing, and then you see some passing. And then after about that 25 into the 30 lap mark is where you see all the handling going away, and you start seeing them really fight the car. I think that's what keeps the it's not even a fuel run. It's really a tire run.
yeah.
It's what keeps those green flag runs pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, like Darlington's never been like one of my favorite tracks or anything. Like,
Oh, really?
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's just out of all the
Is
tracks,
the
No, I kinda
Southern
agree with
500 a crown jewel for you?
Yes.
like, yeah, it's a crown jewel. Just like, I mean, because it's always been a crown jewel.
If there's 4 crown jewels, what do you have?
like, are you
Right now,
is
there's
this a
only 3.
quiz or
Yes, this is a quiz, unfortunately.
I'm just curious.
oh, I mean, like
Daytona 500.
Daytona
of course.
500, and then
Matt, stop.
the Spring
Pocono.
Talladega race. That's always a
I think it's
crown
the
jewel,
fall.
right?
The fall.
Whichever. It's one of the two, and then
The fall Talladega. Yep. Bristol night race has
Bristol
to
night
be.
race.
And then I'd say, man, I don't know. I swapped the Talladega for the Indy Oval, but we haven't had the Indy Oval.
yeah, that's
so,
the Brickyard. That's what I
So
would
if they bring
probably
the
say,
Indy
but-
Oval back, to me, it's Daytona, Indy Oval, Talladega, or Bristol night race, and Southern 500. Those are the 4
Yeah.
crowns. Oh man, what about Coke 600?
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duppy.
What?
Nothing.
Man,
I don't know. It's just not my. It's never
and
been
as
one of my.
Matt said, Pocono.
It's got to.
whatever.
I mean, I've never
it's-
seen a track so similar to Darlington than Pocono.
Hey, have you heard the rumor about the schedule?
It's coming 3 races next year.
There's gonna
Yes.
be a doubleheader weekend. There's a rumor.
let's go.
The only track that
Nice.
really makes sense at right before the Olympics is probably going to be Pocono.
Nice.
With the
That
big
would-
crowd they've been bringing, it makes sense. Totally makes
bring
sense.
it in. Bring it in.
I don't. That's gonna be weird. I don't know.
They did that a few years ago.
I know they did.
I thought
it
it
was,
was great.
good.
A Saturday Sunday race. Oh, it was the best.
that was
best.
that was honestly really weird.
It was
That
great.
was- no, you were really weird.
Keep Matt weird.
Matt Stomp.
So, all right. So let's talk about. I don't think I have it specifically in our.
Wait,
our
can I
notes.
finish my thought that I had
Every-
earlier?
Yes.
You know
Yes,
what I
go
thought
ahead.
was super interesting that I
I
don't
think
think
you
I've,
finished one thought.
I don't think I've ever stop. Stop.
Don't
One
stop.
thing I don't think I've ever seen till tonight was when they bent a toe link or knocked the toe out. They changed the setup instead of
Yes.
fixing the toe link. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like remember when Bell came in and they dropped like 5 rounds out of the I know what that
Yeah.
means now that I've worked on a car.
Yeah.
But like that was super interesting. Okay, let's not take
Back
the
on
whole
the track.
toe link off. Let's just make a huge adjustment and go from there.
Coast.
I think it's interesting that they can still make that big of an adjustment to still save the toe.
Bro,
Like,
it's insane.
Where
The
I'm trying
fact
to
that-
tell you
the
the
fact
amount of
that-
adjustments you can make is bananas.
Really?
After
Insane.
working and like putting in the rounds and doing some of those things on the car, there's a lot of adjustment. There's not a lot of adjustment, but there is a lot of adjustment.
That's probably the one thing that I'm really interested in seeing is post-race inspections and kind of seeing what that
you guys
looks
didn't
like.
really do much with that, did you?
No, because I mean it's pretty
we
much
were
just-
wrecked.
It's pretty much the
Well,
cars
that's
say
true.
A finish or B win.
They
Like,
don't
it's
care
gonna
if
be
your
one of
car's been in
those.
the air and nose
Because they're
first in the
so
fence.
strict about pre-race. How strict are they after race? Because I mean they do everything on pit road. Whatever you need done, that car will
Well,
get it.
that has to go with
So I
them
don't know.
checking your bottom ride height. So you can't go so far. Eventually, you're gonna start rubbing the ground or whatever.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's
I don't
just-
know.
It's interesting. So.
It is. I was shocked when he said we're gonna pull 5 rounds out of it and try to loosen you up. I was like, "Whoa, that's
Sheesh.
a lot! Holy crap! That's
Yeah.
a long way."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they can still, like you said, bring it back and still like I mean, Logano ended up, I think, finished 11th today.
Yeah.
Man, see that is classic Joey Logano.
Let me see.
Well, we're gonna do the
I'm sorry,
playoff
12th,
run through,
12th.
right?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Playoff
pull up the
driver
playoffs. I
run-throughs.
found where. Oh, hold on.
Go back to that one you had.
That was only the bottom.
No, the other one.
I don't know if this is after. Hold on. No, because it doesn't have any of the wins in here. So
No,
this
there's
is not-
another one that you had that has a P next to all the drivers' names, and that tells you that they're in the playoffs, and it shows you the full running order.
Well, this wasn't. This is what I had
No,
pulled
it's
up.
not that one. No, it's like way back, like 5 minutes ago.
I did okay.
Interesting.
Go to like results or something.
Well, we could start. Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, is that
Kyle
it?
Larson
Oh.
won the race, and he is also in the playoffs, so he has advanced to the round of 12.
Yep.
Jeffrey, how do you feel about that?
I mean,
Thank you.
we
Thank you,
were
Matt.
we were
I got you, bro.
It's a team.
we were
Team effort.
talking. It's classic Hendrick sandbagging and then coming into the playoffs and just.
What did they say? His
winning.
last win was April?
Hey,
All-Star race.
All-Star race.
classic Hendrick, like you said, sandbagging, and this week they run 3 in the top 10. And I think Bowman
did
was
you-
running up there too before he got wrecked.
Did you pick Larson?
No, we've already established this.
You
I
picked
didn't.
Larson on
I
his
picked-
last win.
I picked Hamlin and Bell.
And that's what got you all the way up in our fantasy league.
That's true.
You betrayed him.
You betrayed him, bro.
I did.
Shame.
Shame.
All right, moving on to second place.
Wait, Jake, how do you feel about Larson in first?
I'm
I
not
like doing
surprised, honestly. After
All right,
yesterday,
go ahead,
kind of
Matt.
figured he was going to be pretty good.
Matt, you
know.
can
this.
drive.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kyle Larson, the best. DJ,
Yeah, it absolutely was terrible. I hated it.
that's rude.
Did you not have Kyle?
Change your
No, I
opinion.
did. I just wanted to be
Change your
Oh.
opinion right now.
Okay, I changed my mind.
All right, number 2, Tyler Reddick started third, finished second, so that's a gain. He also finished.
Wow, you can do math.
He also finished with 51 points. I'm gonna toss this over to DJ. How'd you feel about that?
I like the car. The car looked cool.
The
You
car
like that
was
blue?
awesome.
I hate that blue.
I know.
That's on me.
I'm not
man.
crazy about the blue, but I love how clean the Jordan logo
That's
looked
what
at
I
night.
mean.
That was awesome.
Me and Matt were talking about it.
They called
the
him the
branding.
jumping man. I've never heard that
That's the
before.
that's
Yeah,
the
the
logo.
jump
The jump
man.
man?
Yeah.
That's
I've never heard that before.
That's what they call that logo.
weird.
Like the nickname of the logo.
I learn
Honestly,
something every day, man.
I'm shocked Tyler Reddick finished second just because their pit crew in 2311 has been terrible.
Bro,
Yeah.
Toyota's pit crews.
So, like, did
Hit or
Tyler Reddick
miss?
finish second or did the pit crew finish second? Like, good job, pit crew.
Good job, pit crew. How about
Good
that,
job.
Jeffrey?
I mean, I didn't pick him for that same reason. I was concerned about the pit crew. I mean, like, because he's always been fast. He's had speed all year. He's run good. And then something always happens 3/4 of the way through the race or, like, towards the end of the race. And, I mean, he just hasn't earned, like, my trust in picking him,
I agree.
you know. So,
Matt.
All right, let's keep going. RFK prodigy.
Whoa,
Christopher,
you didn't say.
RFK prodigy Christopher Busher.
Hold on, Matt.
For third.
What'd
What?
you think of Tyler Reddick?
I didn't pick him. He sucked. Moving forward. Christopher Busher for third. He started 8th, ended 3rd with 36 points. Jake.
Pretty good, man. He's on a heater. He's on fire, bro.
Eater,
Literally.
eater, pumpkin eater.
He's on-
DJ, your turn.
He's good.
Oh my God, you gotta add something to this.
Oh,
I
you,
mean,
you were
no,
going so fast.
I
I'm
mean-
figuring you're trying to knock it out.
Matt's just yelling at
I mean,
us,
with all
man.
due respect,
I'm gonna go to Brad and then it's DJ. You got me till 6th place.
Just
with
gonna
all
skip
due-
straight to Brad.
with all due respect, I mean, like, I mean, obviously Christopher Busher was fast, but dang, I'm calling him Christopher Busher like Dale Jr. Dale Jr. now. No, but Chris Busher, I mean, he was fast, but like we said again, you know, Brad just pushed him up there. He
Hey,
got him
man.
up there. Gave him that
That's not just a teammate, that's an owner.
That was one restart.
one
yes.
restart, but he pushed
one
him up
restart,
there.
he pushed in one spot. That
You know
does
what
not
that
get you to
means?
third place at
I'm
Darlington
not
in the
saying
Cup
that
Series.
he's not
No,
fast.
sir.
I'm just saying he was. Well, I'm trying to add.
He got one
I'm
spot.
trying to add other stuff other than just he's fast, great.
You know
But
what Dom
like,
would say?
no, it was cool.
Family.
I'm just saying it was cool to see Brad help his teammate again. Like that's all I'm
Dominate
saying.
Toretto.
No,
Dominate
you were
Toretto
trying to
would
say
be
he only got
family.
there because of Brad.
I did not. Okay, maybe that's the way it came off, but I didn't mean it like that. So,
Oh, okay.
but it was
Nah,
cool.
Chris Busher, 3rd place, solid run. He's got to keep it up.
Prodigy.
Then we're gonna go on to 4th place, Winning Willie. Didn't win
Winning
this
Willie.
week, but it's gonna happen again. Started 23rd, finished 4th. That was probably the upset for the weekend. I mean, he was just so far back and kind of came back to have a good finish. 39 points, fantastic. Any comments about Willie?
That pick.
I mean, I think we all expected it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
I picked
honest.
him.
That was the
pick worked
sleeper
out good
pick.
for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Ross Chastain, another sleeper pick.
Yeah.
Kind of. He's been silent. He's been silent for a lot of weeks, and he's kind of
Good
coming
finish.
back.
Did
A
anyone
real good
have
finish.
Chastain?
I don't think anyone
It was a
did.
toss up. You were either going to pick William Byron or Ross Chastain, and Willie
Williams,
was a smarter pick. For
he's
sure.
been a lot more consistent recently.
Willie.
Yep. Ross. I mean, he's had technical issues. He's also kind of had tamed the beast, as
Yeah.
some of the.
I
Some
will
of the
say,
team
I
would
want to
say.
share this, right? Because me and you talked to
Very important.
Ty Norris
Mhm.
on Friday, and it was a super interesting conversation. We talked for a little bit.
Excuse me.
And
Who's that?
Huh?
Who's that guy?
Ty Norris?
Yeah.
Competition director for Trackhouse.
Okay.
I believe that's his title. Competition director.
I have no idea who this is.
And
Y'all got
we're-
your own lingo now.
We were talking to
Sorry, bro.
we were talking to him about Ross, and he had mentioned that it was kind of there's been like that speculation that they kind of like pulled the reins back on him a little bit, and he pretty much confirmed that. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he said, for the playoffs, we're pretty much going to let him back out and let him go back to what he's doing. And we saw him passing aggressive,
Yep,
and
very
we saw
aggressive.
a really good finish out
Not
of
a
him today.
lot of camera time though. He was a quote unquote sleeping giant. He moved his way up, but I didn't see him on TV
It was
much.
a slow grind up
Yeah.
to third stage. He finally started running.
I was gonna
pretty
say,
good top 10.
I don't
especially
think
the latter half.
I don't think he was. I don't think his driving was as exciting as some of the other battles that were going on, with like Larson, Reddick, and Byron at one point, and Busher, where those four were all right together. So I think that may have led to them not really talking as much about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a fifth place finish that's what he needs to do all these races.
100%.
Yeah, just stick
But
with it.
per Ty Norris, he's giving him back the reins.
Give him
So
the
we'll
reins.
see if typical Ross Chastain comes back.
You know what's better than Ross finishing 5th? Brad Keselowski finishing 6th in
Yeah,
the
he
6th
messed
car.
up on that pit strategy.
What are you talking about? Who?
He pitted from like third or fourth.
Yeah, let him
Lost
do
two
his thing. It's
spots,
the
bro.
prophecy. The 6th had to finish in the 6th
Prophecy?
position.
We got
It's written
So
in his
let it be
number.
written. So let it be done.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know what?
We have the
It's
prophecy and the prodigy.
Chris Busher got third, and he has 3 wins.
See?
NASCAR's got weird numbers,
I'm
bro.
telling you.
Enter the Twilight
6th
Zone.
Finished in the 6th position. He started 5th, so he lost 1 spot, but he still had great points. Can't count Brad out. The man, the myth, the legend, the co-owner, the beast, Brad Keselowski, 6th position. What do you think, DJ?
Oh, he's awful, man. I wish they would kick him out of the sport.
Jake, edit that out.
Since we're going a little silly, I will say seriously. I mean, RFK looks really
They-
strong at the
they
start
do.
of the
They
playoffs.
really
like
do.
I mean, woo.
This is my last one, so
I think
DJ
I
gets
think they'll
serious
be
after
good.
this.
I think they'll be good this entire round. I think with this performance this week, everybody ratchets it up in the playoffs when the playoff starts to come out this strong. There's in my mind both these guys are going to make it to round 12.
hot money, straight up.
Hot money.
Hot money.
Hot money.
Bro, you ain't putting money in Fifth Third Bank. You ain't putting money in King's Wine Rolls. You're losing out. Straight
He
up.
was
That
even
stock's
sponsored
going
by
up.
Fifth
Doesn't
Third
matter.
Bank.
Have
You
you-
ain't building a sub.
I was just
You're
saying,
out.
You're
not building a
You
sub.
ain't building a submarine.
That,
You're out, bro.
Hey,
Like,
I just realized,
yeah,
Matt,
that
it was
didn't-
very on brand for you to have subs before you came to this.
I had 4 subs today. That's all I've had. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All right, let's get to Jeff, and then
sponsor.
let's get.
Use Hawaiian roll.
That sponsor didn't age very well. The build a submarine. Anyway, no, I mean, cool, Brad. Yeah, whatever.
Bro, he was the best. Straight up. That's gonna wrap up my section of this.
My
DJ
section.
can continue forward.
Oh, we're gonna have
for
to
the win next week.
We gotta roll through this quicker because we're starting to get way
Come on,
behind.
man.
Bubba gets 7th. Pretty solid day for him. I think next week will probably be a solid week for them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he did good. He finished 4th last in the springtime in May.
Not bad. Yeah, he
At
started
Kansas,
19th, so I mean, yeah, pretty good.
I'm pretty sure he's won Kansas before, right?
I know. Isn't
I think
that
he
the
did.
track where he
I think he's won
Last fall. He won it last year, right?
Either
Yeah.
last fall or last spring. He definitely won
No, it
it.
was last fall.
So I mean, he's
'Cause
man.
he missed the playoffs
Toyota's.
last year.
I'm gonna be shocked if a Toyota does not win next week.
Yeah.
Denny
Absolutely
Hamlin
shocked.
won it in the spring.
Yeah, I mean, he needed this day. He's on the bubble. So that's good. Good for him.
Let's see. We'll move down to the next playoff driver, Ryan Blaney, getting 9th.
Pretty quiet day.
Oh, you
Yeah.
skip Chase. Oh, never mind.
Pour one out for Chase.
Nope.
Just
I
the
mean,
guy
no.
with the rookie stripes on his bumper.
Good run,
Yeah.
but one too little, too late.
Yeah, kind of a quiet day for Ryan. Nothing, but again, not horrible. But considering he started in 4th and got to 9th, that's not the best.
Give Jones the honorable mention, man.
Jones was
10th place, bro.
very solid, considering that team has basically got no help at all from Chevy, and he still was up there all night in the thick of it and ended with 10th place.
For what it's
Amazing.
worth, since Noah left, man, they have taken a few steps up the last 3-4 weeks.
Weird, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you're true. Straight up
Yeah.
true.
Interesting.
but-
Speaking of that, before we get off that team, where did Hocevar finish?
17th.
Oh, I mean, that's not bad. I mean,
That's pretty dang good.
That's
pretty good.
Second Cup start
I hate to say
in
it,
a
but
car
that's
that's been running terrible,
that's
almost
considerably
borderline
better.
last in the points.
Considerably better than Noah has been
He
doing.
outran Martin Truex Jr.
It's pretty good.
And Kevin Harvick.
Rookies.
and Austin Dillon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Michael
Ty-
McDowell.
and Christopher Bell and Denny
All
Hamlin.
right, come on.
All right. All right. So let's see. Moving on to the next one. Kyle Busch gets 11th. He was I felt like he was all over the place today. Like as far as like he was at the front, then he was toward the back and fell back, had issues, hit the wall.
Yeah.
This was probably the most stressful 500 miles he's ever ran. He was all over the place, like you were saying. He had issues. He was coming down pit road. He started.
Yeah, that
he was
worked
running
out
in the
decent for me.
back, came back.
He seemed to be marching his way to the front, right? Kind of like Chastain was. But then he got in that wall pretty hard, and I think it really messed up the toe link. He was one of the guys that I saw making huge adjustments on pit road instead of fixing the toe link, which was, again,
I swear he
super
started this
interesting.
race like in 30th. It says 11th on here. He started 11th, but I swear it was like late 30s because it was like 15 laps in. He was lap 29. He was in 29th.
He might have just missed the setup or something.
I don't know.
Moving on to 12th, Joey Logano, getting 12th, I should say. Again, not the best day for him, but with considering all the problems they had, I think a 12th place is a pretty respectable end to your day.
This is typical Logano, man.
See,
they just claw through and get a decent day out of, or they get a day much better than most people would,
or they deserved based on it.
I don't know, man. He's on the cut now.
Where's he at?
He's on the cut.
He's
somewhere between there. I know he's either on the bubble or dead last, but I think McDowell's dead last in the bubble. I think he's on the cut, but I mean, today is not the day he needed at all. When you're seeing all these other drivers finish well before him, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, even Chris Buescher.
That was it, DJ.
I mean, even Ryan Blaney. Like, if you're Logano, I'd be sweating straight up. You got 2 races to figure it out. And these next 2 races, I don't know if he could figure it out.
1 point above the cutoff, tied with Blaney.
Yeah.
Man, 2 Penske guys are 1 up from the cutoff.
Rough.
Man, even with Bubba's good finish, man, he's still in last. Holy crap.
He had to make up a whole bunch of points.
This is after. Oh no! I was gonna say I don't think this has been updated for Darlington. No, this one.
This is the updated one for.
Yeah, there's a different one. Anyway, let's see. Maybe scroll down here.
He's still
next
below,
one should be Ricky, right? Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, I always forgot.
Yeah, sorry. Joey's +3.
Okay.
Blaney is +16. That's pretty good.
Who's on the cut then?
You have below the cut, you have Bubba -1, Kevin Harvick -2, Ricky Stenhouse -4, Michael McDowell -19. That sucks for McDowell.
Okay.
We'll get there, but
Christopher Bell is +1.
Going back to Bubba.
Honestly,
Bubba
just
started
keep that
this
pulled
race
up.
in 16th, and he's jumped 3 spots.
yeah.
That was phenomenal.
And he's going to a track that he should run really well next week.
Another track he should run really well to get at least another 10, 15 points.
Yep, and then you got Truex in 18th. Started 31st, so I mean,
man, he was slow all day.
He struggled all day.
They just missed it big time. Doesn't he normally run decent here?
Yeah, I always thought he did.
Strange.
Yeah,
I almost picked him.
As of
thought
this
about
race, he sits.
But again, sorry.
I was just gonna say, as of after the results, he sits 6th now with +25. So he had a buffer.
Wasn't he tied for the lead?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He had a big.
Was it
buffer.
him or Hamlin that was tied for the lead?
No,
it wasn't him. It was him.
It was him because he had
him and Byron.
Yeah, he had
Holy
the
crap.
regular season champion.
Yeah.
Darlington, man. Ooh.
Yep. Kevin Harvick got 19th. I thought there was a point where he might win this race.
Yeah, but what about that pit road call to pit after they knew? Well, I'm assuming they knew they didn't make the commitment line.
I don't know.
So Tyler Reddick decides to stop in the middle of the racetrack. Ryan Newman has nowhere to go, spins out trying not to completely run him over. And at that point, the caution comes out as Kevin Harvick is 4 feet away from the commitment line for pit road.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You can still come down pit road and receive no penalty. But if you stop and pit your car, you go to the back of the line.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it wasn't going to be a big deal.
I don't know. They had to have someone.
Yeah, but you're
something.
behind all the lap traffic and everything. If you go through, at least, I mean, I'd rather be behind all the lap down cars versus being behind all the lap down cars. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, all the lead lap cars versus being behind the lap down cars.
I don't know. Maybe a spotter call, maybe a crew chief's call. Just, hey, you have to pit. Maybe it was something like that.
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe they missed it. Maybe they didn't see it. I don't know.
Or maybe they thought they were good. I don't know. Yeah, it was really weird. It was really.
I mean, it was super close. But I mean, when we were watching it, we had the perfect angle on the 4 car. We're like, oh, he's not gonna make it. It's over.
No,
Yeah.
we could tell from TV.
Yeah, that's man.
Weird.
Okay, so moving on from him, Austin Dillon is in 20th. Don't really have a
He's
whole
not
lot
in the
to say.
playoffs.
Are you?
He's not.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, sir.
Oh, that's right. He didn't make it.
Seabell
this year.
should be next.
Seabell,
Jake's number 1 pick.
23rd. For a guy that sat on the pole.
Ouch.
He was by far, I think, the fastest car until he got in the fence real hard.
Yeah, that
Bro,
really hurt him.
Sloppy pit roads. hit this
Sloppy
wall.
pit
That
road.
too.
I mean,
Yep.
falling apart.
That's
It's
typical Toyota, sloppy
the
pit road, man.
reason
That's
I've stopped picking
Toyota's
Bell.
MO.
That has been recently for sure.
That pick really hurt me this week.
It's okay. Denny Hamlin, 25th.
That pick also really hurt me this week.
That was
But the good news is everyone picked Hamlin. So,
But he also walked away from this race with 2 stage wins.
yes.
that's
That's going to help him.
he has
that will.
he got 32
That's
points
what,
on the
2
day.
extra
Yeah.
playoff points right there. I mean,
That's points all the way on the right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 32 points, finishing 25th. Hey, that's
Yeah.
very good.
monstrous.
That's still pretty good. Let's see.
McDowell should be
McDowell,
next.
32nd.
last.
Started 9th, looked pretty good, but again had issues on pit road. Also
Got into that wreck.
got into a pretty bad wreck. I shouldn't say a pretty bad wreck, but his car got destroyed.
He's going to be in a must-win.
I think he was
How
going to
many
be
is
in a
below?
must-win.
19 below?
I don't know.
I don't
I
have
mean,
that.
if he runs top 5, top 7 the next 2 weeks, maybe.
Maybe.
But,
Other
I
people
mean,
have to wreck.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
He's gonna
you're
have to
counting on them
guarantee.
to probably have some bad weeks. So
After tonight's race, I don't
think
know, man.
that
that's a
was
bummer,
all of them.
man. To come in with like a good momentum and running really good the last handful of races
Yep.
to get wrecked. I mean, that's rough.
He wasn't even running too bad this race. Like it wasn't
No,
terrible.
he was running pretty good.
Yeah.
The consistent momentum of running pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outrunning a lot of big Cup teams.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's move on to some other topics
Perfect.
and try to keep this moving. Ryan Preece finally comes back to the track. Glad to see him back. Glad to see that he's jumped back in the car and everything. So that's great. But man, he looks like he was in a bar fight.
Man, talking about flashbacks of Ricky Rudd and
You know,
Davey Allison.
it was wild.
yeah.
I was watching the Dale Jr. interview with Ricky
Ricky
Rudd,
Rudd?
and watching that wreck, I was like, wow, this is very similar.
Yep.
Like I did not realize how close it was.
Well, it's like when I was watching it, I was watching a guy. He's an engineer, and he was breaking it down. And basically, his big takeaway is the biggest concern about this wreck is how fast the rotations were, because the G forces in the seat are going to be massive.
Right.
That was the biggest one.
The
biggest
that thing
takeaway.
was rotating really
Super
fast.
fast.
It's what? Centrifugal force?
Yep.
Yeah.
Centrifugal
Yeah.
force. Yeah. I mean, you're
There's that one view, like you see all the slow mo from like the backstretch, but there's like, if you find one of the clips on YouTube, it's like 4 minutes long. One of the very last camera angles they show is that view, but a little bit further back, not so zoomed in and at full speed. Dude, the rotations are insane. I can't believe he's racing this week. He
Dude.
raced this week.
That was
Dude, he's different, bro.
I don't think he should have been racing.
I was saying that
I'll
he
be
looked like
honest.
he had
Why? He felt great. So it feels good.
Yeah.
I was saying that it looked like he was wearing like black contact lenses. You could barely see his pupils, and his eyes were all red and bloodshot, and it's crazy, man.
I
Yeah.
knew when he came out with that video with sunglasses on, I was like,
I
this
was
guy's
like,
hurt.
ooh,
Yep.
seen this before.
Yeah. Straight up sunglasses. Then they
You
pop
know,
off the sunglasses.
it's funny.
during
I didn't
qualifying.
think about that until I saw the photos of him after. I'm like, oh, it's all making sense now.
No,
No,
I
I reckon I was like,
Oh,
oh,
it's
you're
all
doing a
coming
little
together.
interview outside in the sunlight.
with
See, I
sunglasses.
didn't think about that, and then looking back on it, I'm like, that's why he
So
was wearing the
Davey
sunglasses.
Allison
That's
gave
why.
an interview
Same
almost exactly the same, just not convinced. Most of the time you don't see drivers on pit road on sunglasses, right? So it's
No.
just not normal. So they're saying with Davey Allison, they're like, hey, mind taking off the sunglasses? He's like, you sure you want to see it? It's not pretty. He pulls it off, and it's like, oh my god, it's like
Yeah.
just like Ryan Preece. It's
Yeah.
it's hard to look at.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, that man is built different. That is for
I
sure.
think
You want
in
to be a
my-
NASCAR driver,
my
you gotta
own-
be tough.
Yeah, that's true. You do have
Yeah.
to be tough, but I think in my own personal opinions, he was terrified to let go of his ride. I think
You
with some
think
of the
so?
success going on in Xfinity with Cole Custer, I mean, that's going to be their number one call.
I
Call
don't
it Cole
think so.
Custer. I straight up do. And I don't think he did not want to give up that wheel, give up his ride. And
I mean, who else
So
would you
here's
call?
my argument with that. He's a modified guy, and them things, they wreck big and they wreck
I'm
really,
not
really
saying
hard.
he felt like he could get in the car. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying like he shouldn't have gotten in the car. You know,
Yeah, but
everyone
if he-
around
if
him.
he passes all the medical and everything,
He can't even see the screen. Whatever screen they got, I don't know what test they do, but I'm sure they look at a screen.
yeah. But I mean, you remember a long time ago. We won't go into the backstory, but I broke a blood vessel in my eye, and I looked very similar in one eye.
You still had a good eye.
Yeah, but it didn't affect my.
He didn't?
It didn't affect my vision at all.
I don't know.
Only when the
I will
when
have
my
to speak. I have
eyebrow
not
was
been in
swollen
that
down.
I have not been in this situation where he's broken blood vessels in his eyes. I don't know what he sees, but just the thought of what he had to go through, I mean, it can't kill you to have 1 week off,
if you
right?
pass all the tests, why not?
I will say,
I mean, people have weeks off for tummy aches. I've seen it. This man got broken eyes, and he's like, "I'm good, coach." It's like,
No,
bro,
I-
broken
I,
take a Tylenol, chill, bro. Like you
I
good.
I think that he's. I don't know if when he says like, "Oh, I don't feel anything, it's fine." Like I think he's trying to suck it up a little bit. You
Oh,
know that
100%.
hurts a little
He's
bit.
gotta
I'm
have
gonna tell you, bro.
That's gotta hurt.
I think them modified guys are just different.
You think
I
they
mean,
taped his
Probably.
eyes open?
We had a friend of ours that was running modifieds at New Smyrna, and he wrecked and he broke 3 ribs, and he got out of the car and walked. He's like, "Yeah, I probably should go to the hospital." Went and got in the car and drove to the hospital.
But you can't see.
I'm like, bro, you're just different.
You
Yeah, bro, he had
can't
3
see.
broken ribs and crawled out of a race car. I can barely even get in there perfectly healthy. Like,
it's because we don't fit. There's a difference. He probably fits.
But
I
no.
don't know.
I think personal opinion, I just don't.
Well,
I
I mean,
think he was
you
absolutely
hear it all the
terrified.
time. These guys, they have a disease for racing, man.
I get it.
It's just
Someone's got to be their better half and say, no, you need a week.
Yeah, but
Let your blood vessels heal so you can see the track. I mean, he
he
finished.
said he could see fine.
He
Yeah.
finished 28th. He got 9 points.
Are you
Congrats.
calling him a liar because he said he could see fine?
I
mean, I
know,
don't doubt
think
that
he's
he can-
exaggerating his truth.
I don't doubt that he can see fine, but I think he's exaggerating the fact that he's like, "Oh, I don't. It doesn't hurt. Nothing hurts."
Oh, I'm
Like,
I'm
bro,
sure he's
come
still
on,
hurts.
man.
Yeah.
You got to be hurting at least in some capacity. Like it's okay to race through it. Like I'm like, cool. Like you're tough. Like I don't doubt it. I'm just saying, like for you to sit there and say like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt." I'm like, okay, bro. Like, come on, man.
He trying to sell them sponsorships.
Did y'all listen to the end of the Dale Jr. Becoming Earnhardt?
You know,
No.
honestly, I didn't see
No.
anything.
So he
This
talks
week.
about when Dale Earnhardt Sr. gets in a wreck at Pocono, breaks collarbones, breaks his jaw, has to eat out of a straw, like all kinds of stuff. Spent a week in the hospital, got back in the race car 3 weeks later.
Okay, that
I was like,
what?
bro, what?
That was what 79.
79, yeah. I'm
Lots
just saying, it's
changed.
just like these guys are just. It's just.
It's a disease. I get it.
You know, we talked about it too. Like the craziest thing about after that wreck was none of the spotter radio. Nobody talked about it. Nobody sounded worried. Nobody like they acted like it was just he just spun out through the grass. Not a big deal. Let's just tighten your belts. Let's go do this thing, whatever it takes. Like that was like these guys are just built different, man. It's crazy.
That's true. All right, let's move on. We're gonna have to skip the little talks about Seedley season and kind of move that to next week, just because we're running out of
There's
time.
not much.
There isn't
the
a
only
whole
thing
lot.
is just Matty D is not
Doing
coming back
whatever
to
he's doing.
25. So
Yeah,
that's
that's really.
the only update.
And I don't know that he's going. I don't think there's any spots open that he would likely go to.
He's
at
probably
this
going
point.
to the 31.
You think?
No.
Anyway, so let's move on to they end up calling a red flag and stopping the race because lights on the track do not come on,
Weak.
and only some of the lights because it was only the inside turn of or inside of turn 3, I think it was, that did not come on. So what do we think of that? It's not like an about it or whatever, but
So it sounds like most of the drivers were
we're
fine
okay
with
with
it.
it.
But there's like a couple guys who really wanted to run the fence. I heard Larson's name in particular was one of that very small handful of guys that said no when NASCAR asked him if they were fine with running it. And TJ Majors and Brad Keselowski were like, well, I guess the 5 just gets to choose what we're all going to do or whatever he said. Something like along those lines.
when you're
Well,
Kyle
if the
Larson,
5
why
doesn't
not?
want to do it, I guess we're not going to do it. I
It'll
mean,
be.
he won the race.
I mean, I guess
Got what he wanted.
Yeah.
it's just more proof that Hendricks owns NASCAR.
I think with the way you had to run the top line, you had to have the lights.
Yeah.
I would have
You
given
couldn't
it.
see it.
I would have given it no more than 15 minutes. If you didn't get it within 15 minutes, run the freaking race.
Yeah.
You know
I don't know. They got that generator out there real quick.
that thing was
Well,
set up fast.
I'm assuming the red flag, they already knew what they had to do, and it was just
they
a
were
matter of-
already working on it
they-
beforehand.
Yeah, and I think that they had to. The reason they had to red flag it was probably maybe they had to bring something onto pit or onto the track, and so they're like, let's just red flag it, get it done real quick, and then we'll only be down for a little bit because it was only like not even 10 minutes.
It was 7 minutes. I think.
7 minutes. Yeah, it was short. So
I like how they made him park on the backstretch instead of just bringing him around.
that was
they were
weird.
they were already running pace laps. That's the thing that kills me is they were running pace laps while they were deciding what they were going to do, and
They
they
do
threw the
that
red
all
flag.
the time.
Yeah, but I think it's just to make sure they don't
Yeah.
mess with them on pit road.
Yeah. They always, whenever it's red flag, it's always.
That could be. I didn't really
True.
think about that.
I think that. I
Backstretch.
mean, if there's like a really bad wreck and you want them to drive through all the stuff, then
Yeah,
you stop
that's-
them back there. But
Maybe.
I think. I think. What's funny is Brad Keselowski also said that Kyle Larson races a lot of dirt races with way less lighting. That
Yeah.
was funny.
Bro, tell me
I was
about
like, that's probably really accurate.
With dirt slung up on the side, so you can't tell the difference between the ground and the wall.
It looked fine on TV, man. They should have just left the lights off. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, here, follow me on
Just
this.
turn them all
We
off.
put night vision in the cars.
Why don't they have headlights?
Just put
That
headlights.
too.
Why is it not possible?
You guys
Match-
see that meme
matches
of cars
being-
going around? Where he's like talking about the racing, like, why don't you have headlights? He's like, because the track's always lit.
They've already proven it with
Matt's being-
Le Mans car. They can put headlights in one of these cars. Just do it.
And I will
Matt's
say
being
those,
like,
those
man-
lights are bright as. Those
Matt's
things
like,
are
the cars
under
haven't
sun.
wrecked
Could you
enough.
imagine?
There's
being
not enough
behind someone
wrecks.
and they're flashing.
God. There's not enough wrecks. The lights were way too bright. They need to be dimmed all the way down. Like,
They just need to
Jeez.
put lights in the wheel wells.
Okay, here's what
and
we
then
do.
you'd be fine.
we need to go
Wait.
back to Bristol All-Star Race.
We
We
go-
just had the under.
We do
under
this like
lights.
Lego Star Wars, and we do the disco mode,
Oh my god.
where it's just lights and colors the whole time. All right. So anyway, I think we all basically beat that one to the end. So another random topic was it just me or did it look like Tyler Reddick just stopped in the middle of the track
You
in
can
front of
decide
Newman?
if he was going to pit or not.
I think that was what it was that he was trying to get to pit road and it was either a late call or he was trying to, get in as quick as he could and he just realized it wasn't going to work. I don't know, but it looked like he straight up stopped, almost tried to stop in the middle and brake check Newman. And
Yeah.
then Newman just spins out. I can't
No, he straight
wait.
up missed it. He saw everyone behind him was aiming to go down, and he's like, "Oh no, I missed it." And he's like, "Well, the only way to fix this problem is to cause a caution." And poor Newman was right there.
Damn, bro. Ryan
So he
Newman cannot
slowed
catch a
down.
break.
Dude, if I was
Dude.
Newman, I would be like, "Nah,
This
bro,
dude-
we're done."
This dude cannot
Take him
catch a
out.
break.
We're just taking you out.
Newman dropped like 25 miles per hour within like 20 feet. Like this man, he was committed. He's like, I'm not hitting.
He did
the
a really
45.
good job.
He
not
did a
to
great
hit
He
him.
job.
really did.
If I was in that car, sorry, Reddick, you in my way.
Yeah, we know. I've seen how you race at NASCAR heat.
You got to, man. If they're too slow in front of you, you just got to push them a little bit.
That'd be
Give him a
more.
little
That was more
speed.
than a
Just
push.
ram him in the rear.
Just yeah, that's all you got to do.
I was scrolling on Instagram just now, and I did just see that. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw it, but Bowman responded to Daniel Suarez calling his move dumb. I don't know what he said, but like it's just
Oh
on
wow, what a great topic.
That's not
the. I mean, I'm
fair.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Then what
like,
did you find?
Why would you call it?
It's just a
dumb?
video, and I haven't watched
Okay,
it yet.
then what's the point of bringing it up?
I
What
don't
the
know.
heck?
I
Send
thought
it
it
to
was
DJ.
funny.
DJ will play it.
There's a video.
Anyways, moving on.
Anyway, yeah.
He probably
So
said it was unfair. Called him a
let's
hack.
probably.
Don't play it.
Don't
Joe.
worry. He's gonna end up just making a T-shirt about it and then selling it.
and then selling it for a charity or something.
Exactly. All right.
Give it to the dogs.
Let's move on to our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. This is where if you have a question that you want to see us answer on the show, you can send it over to us on X. Still doesn't feel right. And if
Never
you like
will.
it, huh?
Never will.
No. And by the way, if you go to twitter.com, it still goes to the same place. So it's still Twitter.
Does anyone go
Um,
to twitter.com? Do they just have the app?
I do.
You go to twitter.com?
Sometimes because I get videos and stuff from there to try to post.
There's a reason he hasn't changed it, but he goes to it.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so if you have a question you want to see us answer on the show, send it to us on there, and if we like it, we'll put it in the show. Jake, what is our Kuzman and Friends question of the week?
All right. The question is, what is your favorite tailgate or tailgate party food to eat while at a race or watching a race?
Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh.
Because I cook all the food.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
what's your guys' favorite?
Honestly,
This will help
whatever.
me with my
It
menu
should be.
for-
It should be. What is your favorite dish that Matt cooks?
I was gonna say
basically.
honestly, it's whatever Matt made because like when we were at the track this week, we were commenting every single meal was great.
Oh, we
I don't
set
make
up.
nothing bad, bro.
Nah.
Nah,
Everything.
nah.
It's
hits.
all unhealthy. It's all delicious.
There's
Bro,
one.
I don't know how my watch thought I was doing an exercise the entire time, and I came back 5 pounds heavier.
because of Matt's food.
100%.
100%.
said butter.
Just all carbs and butter.
There's the only thing is
You
like
need it.
there was the one there was the one meal. It was and it's all his food is delicious. Like seriously, but there's what was it? It was the sandwiches we had. It was the brisket sandwiches.
Oh
the
man, I
beef
do
sandwiches.
a chuck roast
Chuck
New York
roast.
style sandwich.
Yeah, it's delicious. but you pay for it later in the bathroom.
Always greasy.
And other
enough
than
bread.
that, all the food was a banger. As far as like food, like at the track, honestly, the goulash hit pretty hard.
Yep.
That was a good one.
American goulash. That's pretty good.
But as far as like at the race, I don't know. Every time I end up in Daytona, I always end up with chicken fingers. So maybe chicken
Yeah, that's
fingers and
true.
fries
Yeah.
and a drink. I don't know.
We all know Jeff's.
What?
Hot dogs.
No, I was gonna say mine.
Sorry,
mine
Jeff.
was gonna be. Mine is
Don't lie, Glizzy Goblin.
no,
Don't lie, bro.
no. Mine. We forgot him this time, but honestly, like my favorite snack for Daytona at least is the zebra cakes, man. We didn't bring our frozen
we
zebra
did
cakes.
totally forget zebra
Yeah,
cakes.
I know,
Okay,
but
so-
that's always. Those are always.
Man, that's on
clutch.
you, bro.
Okay, so time out.
You ruined the
I
whole
brought
trip.
so much food, and Nate and DJ and Lewis were like, "Where'd you find that?" I was like, "It's in the cabinet," and they're like, "Nobody told us there was food." I was like, "Y'all can't look. You're grown men. The cabinet's open."
Yeah, we have so many snacks left over.
I bought Gushers. I bought.
I killed those Gushers, man.
Was it Gushers? 3 bags of Doritos. I bought Goldfish. I bought a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, "We didn't know these were."
I
in
didn't know there was snacks.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I didn't think to look. I just was assumed
Whole
that we
pack
were all
of
supposed to get our.
ramen.
Okay, however, me and Nate's defense, this was our first time, like camping. I didn't know what y'all had.
Oh, we stocked.
It's all in the cabinet, man.
We
Well,
stocked.
I know that now. Like, I didn't know that. Jeff and Lewis didn't tell me.
I think all in all, it's a loaded question because everything I cook is great and I love it all. So that's why I cook it.
Bingo.
I think the goulash, it always hits, man.
It does.
The goulash is good.
Like, it just holds you over for so long.
I
Like,
think that's.
and like you can be gone
Bro,
for
that
like
whole
6-7
little
hours
container.
away from the RV and like just be set for a long time. It's
That
such
whole
a good hearty
container.
meal.
Y'all demolished that 5 guys. It was a whole box of elbow
Bro,
noodles.
we wiped that junk out.
Sucker
Oh, yeah.
was gone.
And we probably could have eaten another half.
We
container.
ate that
I
one.
had to carb load, man.
we ate that one after one of the races, so we were already.
Man,
I always
Ready
like
to-
doing
ready to
quesadillas.
eat.
For some reason, a good chicken cheese or just a cheese quesadilla, that always hits pretty good.
Another one that's like it's. I don't know if it's an every race thing, but I love every time I've been there, all twice, going to Cracker Barrel in the morning.
oh yeah.
Delicious.
Cracker Barrel comes in
After a
clutch.
late night, that Cracker Barrel
Get
coffee
breakfast
hits
at 11
just
a.m..
right.
Yeah, and on this like on a side note, it's cool because there's usually a bunch of teams in there. Like we saw Riley Hurst and his whole team were in
Mhm.
there. We've seen all kinds of different drivers in there and stuff like that. So that's
I want
kind
to say
of cool.
Sam Awer's in there too.
I
and his family?
think he was.
Him and there was another one too.
There was
there
it was a lot of
handful.
Xfinity guys because this was what Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
no,
but-
Friday morning.
It's the free meet and greet.
I don't know.
Cracker Barrel.
Friday morning.
Whatever
The,
whatever the day the Xfinity race was at Daytona.
Yeah, the country boy breakfast from Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
That's
dude,
yeah.
That junk
Oh,
slaps.
That's just yes.
So all right. So you guys got anything else? Any other food items?
No,
that-
Cracker Barrel and zebra cakes for me.
Well, I mean, a staple is always taking Josh's beef jerky.
Oh, that's how we have our
That's a
nickname.
staple. Yep.
Turkey boys.
Jerky boys.
Jerky boys.
Yep. So perfect. So this has been our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. Like I said, if you guys have a question you want to see us answer on the show, send it over to us on X. Yeah, I still don't like it. All right.
No, it's just so weird.
It's just I can't get used to it. All right. So next week we are going to Kansas, or I should say the Cup drivers are.
Wish we were gone.
I don't know if I
We could find flights.
I mean,
could.
It's got to be cheap. Nobody's flying.
I was gonna say there's got to be like what four people that go there.
the 1 week.
Mario, you need help next weekend?
So what do you guys think? What do you think what do you expect to see here?
Absolute Toyota dominance.
I think
I
Bubba,
don't know, bro. Last year, top 4 was Hamlin, who
Toyota.
won the race, and then Kyle Larson, Byron, and Bubba Wallace.
I think
okay. So Kansas race is a lot like Darlington.
Yep.
Perfect. That's an easy pick.
Probably a lot like
You know,
Nashville too.
I was looking.
Probably a lot like Pocono.
I was looking one time and I was trying to figure out what track was like Kansas, and I said Daytona's very close.
You'll never guess why.
No.
No, Toyota. I think Toyota's gonna. They're gonna get a win. I don't know who's gonna win, but you got 6 people to choose from, so it's gonna be something.
I think you're gonna. I think this is
Or Chris
Bubba's.
Buescher.
This is at this point, RFK is probably going to win.
Yeah, right.
So,
How
but
did they run earlier?
I would say probably Bubba. I think this is going to be his best chance for in this round to really kind of get a really solid finish, possibly a win, and lock himself up. But otherwise,
That would upset the fruit basket
a little
lot.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know. It could. Right now, the bottom like 6 drivers in the playoffs, they're all like within 8 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody has a far stretch.
Nobody.
It's so close.
I think it's gonna be a nail biter almost the entire
All the way to
postseason.
Bristol.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a while. So it's gonna be fun.
Well, we'll reset after Bristol.
yeah, but
And then,
what I'm
but
saying
even
is
still tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think we're gonna get super. I don't think you're gonna have any one driver that's like, oh yeah, I'm safe the whole
Locked
time.
all the way or
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyway,
Well, I mean, look at Truex was tied and dropped to 6th.
Yeah.
Tied for first, dropped to 6th. That's a long way.
I was
Yep.
just gonna say, I mean, Kansas used to, back in the day, it just used to be another like cookie cutter track. You just kind of, whatever. It's Kansas, it's a good race, whatever. Lately, last couple of years at least, it's been really good. So I'm
It's a
pretty
heater.
excited for
It's
it.
a good race.
It's a good
Yeah,
race.
for
So
sure.
pretty
I
exciting.
have to go back and watch the highlights. I don't really remember a Kansas race from the spring.
A lot of Toyotas.
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin first, Bubba Wallace 4th, Truex 8th, Reddick 9th.
Yeah, but this was the race that Bubba won last year in fall. So it's just a lot of Toyotas that won here.
And then Gibbs 34th, Seabell 36th. I mean, Ty Gibbs has 11 points, finishing almost last, so he must have been running pretty good in the stages.
Wait, didn't
It's
Bubba
pretty good.
Wallace? Didn't he switch to the 45 halfway through last year?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, the owner's points.
That was really weird. All right.
Speaking of owners' points, did y'all see Junior talking about owners' points? He made a
Probably.
comment or something like that. I'll have to see if I can find it somewhere where he was like talking and he's like, I don't want to talk about this owners' points
yeah.
thing on the TV. Like, people don't care.
Most fans don't care.
Most
No.
fans don't know or care.
The
Like,
team owners care.
Yeah, and I get that. Like, and I mean, but yeah, it's
literally
confusing.
just for Chase Elliott to be in the picture. It's the only reason they're bringing
They
it up.
talked about it last year with Bubba Wallace and Kurt Busch being out because the 45 was locked
They
in
did.
the playoffs.
Yep, he was
So
locked in for owners.
It
points.
means a lot to the teams, but like, whoop de freaking do. Like, that's their paycheck. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not worried about Rick Hendrick running out of money. So, like,
Not,
I think he'll be all right.
Not,
He's
it depends.
solely sponsors the 5 car for 3-4 years now. So,
Listen,
I
I
think
Why
it'll be
is
all right.
that? Why?
Their investment group for HendrickCars.com is just perfectly fine with it. They said the return on investment is massive. They said once they started sponsoring the car, it's great.
That's not fair to anyone else.
That won't change for a while.
which is well, I mean,
So
it's
weird.
kind of like Haas sponsoring his cars. I mean, he does it with at least 1 or 2 of his
Yeah,
cars
that's true.
almost every week. So I
Yep.
mean,
I think that's a lack of sponsorship.
in that case,
I think
yes.
his,
Kyle
his
Larson,
return is not
after
that
after
Yeah.
Kyle Larson's first year, they had plenty of sponsorship opportunities, but their team was like, no, we'll just buy the whole year. It's fine.
good. It's greedy.
All right, you guys got
It's the
anything you
monopoly
want to
over
say
there.
before we close it up, wrap it up?
I don't
Put a
think
bow
so.
on
I
it.
think
I'm
we got
good.
it all. Darlington was good. Southern 500, another, marquee event for the Cup Series is gone. Only one 500-mile race left for the year. Talladega. That's it.
Oh dang!
Is that the 400?
Talladega's 500.
I thought it was Yellowwood 400.
No, both Talladegas are 500.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Learned something new.
Wow.
Might have to go
Wow.
there. We'll see.
You're just going to all the races.
Why not?
Must be nice.
I don't know how I'm getting there.
Oh, you
Figure
might
it
want to figure that part out first.
Yeah.
Minor
Take
details.
a Uber.
Oh,
Kuzman, you want to go to Talladega?
oh
me
my
up?
gosh! All right, y'all. Well, it's been fun, and but we got to get to bed because it's already pretty late.
It is midnight.
Yep.
Happy Labor Day.
We'll see you guys next week. Take care.